Oddly enough, I've run into this on ladder. It was always a Japanese player. I've run into this on ladder. I will give him the caveat of the fact that I was on my Smurf account. I was on a AA account, right? So it didn't really do anything. I beat it easily every time. But I've seen it function a few times. I've seen it try to play a few times. So.
And what do you think of the deck, Envy, just overall? Where do you think
I don't think it's very good at all. I think it's...
What about within the context of this matchup?
Against Shadow, maybe. Against Dragon, no. It's good against Sword, obviously. PTP, anything's good against Sword. But against Dragon Shadow, it shouldn't be too great.
We'll see. We'll see. Meow944 is looking to defeat Akamarured, and he's bringing a interesting craft list to do that. And tell me about the opening hands here, Exa.
Well, I'll tell you, beyond the fact that it looks like he's doing his best Dirt Rune impression, what would be the most impressive thing about this match to me is if Akamarured actually lost to Meow because of how Meow metagamed him, essentially. Like, oh, you're going to play meta decks? I know exactly how to beat those meta decks. I'm going to play them, and Akamarured not be prepared for that. However, this deck specifically, the PTP Rune deck, I don't know. If this can pull off a win, then I'm like, all right, Meow, all the way, awesome. You did something that nobody else can, so...
Yeah, I don't think Akamaru has lost yet, has he?
No, of course not.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah, of course not.
Of course
right?
not.
Yeah,
No. He has lost.
Silly Envy.
Last season he lost with one of his rounds, but I believe that's it.
Right. He never lost like an actual set. Realistically, Calamitous Curse is actually really good against mid Shadow. It's not bad at all.
Especially when they're running the slower version with more Andriolphus, which Akamarured is. He opts for those as opposed to other such standards that we'd see in the 2-drop slot. He just favors card draw.
Stella, Concentration, eating an Earthright, and drawing 3 because of it. So pretty good, pretty strong. It's actually fairly easy to get, Abomination to trigger when you +2 your hand for 3 play points.
Right, and you do it consistently with all the different cards that you have in your deck, whether it be Stella or Pure-Hearted Singer, lots of card draw.
Who could have guessed Stella would find a use, and it's not for the cards that she gives you, but the fact that she just gives you cards.
Right, exactly. It's kind of like Trial of the Gorgons, right? Trial of the Gorgons, really the only card that you want to get is Venom Fang Medusa, but Steno can be good, and there have been games where Uriel actually helped me win games
Uriel's
just because
not
it was
bad.
a ward. Yeah.
Right. As Bane randomly, right?
It's just that it gives you an extra card that makes it really good, and I feel like Stella, right around the same lines. It's a 2-play.21, not the best statted, but again, filling your hand up for a deck that needs to fill its hand up, not bad.
Illusionist is not too hard to get rid of here. Could just get rid of it completely.
Nope. And if Akamarured goes for a big Prince Catacomb here, he's just going to get eaten by Calamitous Curse before it matters.
Yeah, he gets 1 turn of skeletons, but, Meow wouldn't trade into that at all anyway, because he knows what he plans to do.
Right. It's got heal. This is, realistically, if Akamarured can't put something together, PTP does prey on mid-range decks. It's just really how fast can those shadows be generated.
It does. I think realistically it has a chance to beat this one. Bahamut's and Dragon decks, not so much, but this one.
It's just, I'm looking at Meow's hand right now, and I'm just like, he's got ways to deal with the board. So it's not the worst.
Oh gosh. Okay, he goes for the Catacomb. Doesn't Zombie Party. Akamarured knows that Calamitous Curse is in the deck, but obviously it can't be played this turn. He's only on 5 play points, so...
He knows Young Levi is in the deck as well, so he knows that at least he needs to protect against something, and I think that's what his mindset was. If he's got Levi as opposed to Calamitous Curse, this will work. Plus, he does get a free turn with it, so there is that.
Oh gosh. Banishes a skeleton. Too many skeletons. Can't even hold them all.
Too many's. I think we might see Stella come down this turn. The only play left.
Yep. Realistically, if she adds like Star Phoenix or Polix, maybe? Star Phoenix wouldn't be bad here at all. Quite a few spells in Meow's hand.
Star Phoenix would actually give Meow more plays after this Calamitous Curse hits, which would be nice. And Star Phoenix in a deck that has this many spells seems pretty sweet at clearing boards.
Oh, Scorpius. Okay.
The whiff.
That's pretty bad.
Alright, so now, realistically, I think Akamarured is just going to try to push. I want to see him not play out any other followers from his hand, though. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
No. Oh, no. This won't take
This
damage,
isn't the worst, though. Calamitous Curse goes right around Ceres, so Ceres will have to be dealt with in a different way.
He's playing around Master Mage Levi and Calamitous Curse here. Curse does still snag these skeletons, but he's popping them anyway, so it doesn't actually matter. If he breaks the Stella here, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, this is a tough call, clearing board as opposed to pushing face damage here. I like it, though.
Yep, I like this. No, I like this a lot. I mean, no matter what you expect to happen, right? If Calamitous Curse happens, you lose the skeletons, whatever. But they pass their turn, so.
That's right, and with no sigils in play, Master Mage Levi can't clear the board either. So yeah, Akamarured playing that turn very, very well.
Good flip, good flip. If any followers are played, you know, anything tries to avoid zombie party refills it immediately. It's not like he cares about the skeletons at all, so.
And he can always top deck Ektar.
That's true, yeah. Always could top deck. Our boy Akamaru does that often.
That's right, yeah. Calamitous Curse sold the best choice here.
Yeah.
Denying all those shadows as well, very important.
Very nice. Demon Eater's gonna, okay, come down pretty quickly. Like I said, he doesn't really care about his board at the moment. Just finding options is better.
Yep, wants to find things, anything else that can just push. Definitely Tyrant not bad, but of course not anywhere close to that amount of shadows yet. And I'm just kind of keeping with the flow of Meow's shadow generation. He's only at 12 right now. No altered fates. And not really a lot of powerful things to do in hand. Like, his hand's really clunky right now.
Very, very clunky, which can happen to PTP. You know, we've seen it before. It's not new.
And Scorpio's not being the best, but can actually deal with Ceres if he wants to get it off the table. So can Master Mage Levi.
So
Levi
could Master Mage Levi, yeah. Master Mage Levi can full clear. Feels kind of bad to use it, but you don't have any Earth Sigils anyway. So you can make one with Carl, but then you gotta skip a turn kind of in that plan.
Well, he could Carl and Scorpios this turn and deal. And then just set up for a Master Mage Levi next turn.
Looks like that's gonna be the plan, yep. Evolve Scorpius into Ceres.
Unfortunately taking a damage in the process, but that's much better than leaving Ceres in play.
Definitely. Much better.
So what do you think about not playing Golem Assault there? He could have played Golem Assault just to build another shadow before he played the Carl. Maybe he wants to save it for the wards.
I think he may want to enhance it. He may want to enhance it in this matchup.
Okay. And we're getting to the point where if Meow doesn't really just continually deal with stuff. I mean, he does have 2 Master Mage Levi's now, but only 1 Sigil to work with. I feel like after next turn, it just gets rough for him.
Right. The longer this goes... Honestly, the longer this goes, I think it actually goes into Meow's favor, so...
Right. It's a weird flow. It's like it immediately looks like Akamarured's ahead, but every single time something like this happens in a turn, it gets delayed, it just pulls right back into Meow's favor.
It is kind of close, though, actually. I mean, Akamaru could just... He could just zombie party the Master Mage Levi and then have Tyrant, so...
Right. Actually, that's true. That will be exactly 20 shadows by itself.
Just play the Lurching Corpse, because why not? Or Thane, even. Whatever, right?
Yep, I don't mind this.
So he could just walk into Tyrant, actually. 100%. If Meow doesn't ward.
Tyrant realistically becoming one of the best finishers for Shadow against these slower decks, it feels like.
I mean, a 13-13 Storm is pretty good, and it kind of always has been. Let's be for real.
It's fine. Yeah, 13-13 Storm, whatever.
It's only
It's
literally 75% of their life total.
So yeah, Meow's got a tough. He's in a really tough spot here. Doesn't have Calamitous Curse to deny shadows anymore. If he doesn't clear board, then Ektar becomes a huge threat. I don't really see any way out of this, and he has no way to actually get to PTP fast enough, and that's not even good enough at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
No more sigils to make a lot of cheap wards out of Golem Assaults.
Looks like we're going for a Master Mage Levi. Ooh. Did heal kind of innocuously over the Tyrant by 1, so interesting.
That's true, and these White's not able to deal any damage on the kickback, so actually this is not just straight lethal anymore. I kinda like still playing Tyrant here.
Oh yeah, I love playing Tyrant here.
Because then they actually have to have
play
an
point
answer for it.
13.
Yeah. Okay. Akamarured Red a little bit more cautious.
I mean,
Trying to find that one
do
extra
this.
point of damage.
It's fine. It's okay. It's all good. Lurching Corpse. We're not gonna Tyrant. Okay, we're not Tyranting. Rip.
Oh, that's out of the question. Might White King this turn, since he has plenty of shadows to work with now.
Mm-hmm. He's building that
Doesn't
board.
even need to,
Eater.
though.
Yeah, Eater could be an option now.
Yep.
He might be trying to bait me out of thinking he doesn't have Tyrant, maybe, or just doesn't care about Tyrant at the moment.
That's true. I mean, if Tyrant wins the game, it's going to win the game. All he needs to do is get one extra point of damage in. This sets up the board to be good enough to deal with another Master Mage Levi, to wipe the entire board. And realistically, Meow, I mean, if you look at his hand now, he's got these 2 PTPs sitting in hand. Don't do anything. Pure-Hearted Singer doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just going to be game.
That is definitely game. Ram in your 1/1s, or your 1/2s rather. Ram in your ward, and then Tyrant.
Actually,
That's not
that's
game.
still one off lethal if you just do it straight
That's
across.
It's not game.
Is
by the
there...
way.
Let's see. Is Ektar...
No.
No, Ektar.
If Tyrant can't do it, Ektar can't. There's no way. Zombie Party makes it.
Oh,
lethal,
there's
though.
a zombie party. Yeah. Zombie party makes it lethal.
Yeah.
And you see Meow shaking his head. Deathly Tyrant.
This is 17 damage. Ooh.
Finger guns from Akamarured Red. Signature.
17
Classic.
damage. Ooh.
All right. So now we get to see if PDK will lose 2 games in a row to Aegis Haven and PTP Rune. I don't think so, Envy. I'm feeling kind of bad for Meow right now.
I mean, I'm telling you, I think honestly, PTP Rune, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I think we may have found a Rune deck that's just not that great.
Out of all of the Rune decks to be played.
Yeah, we had to try hard. We had to put Stella in it, you know, but I think it's
That's right.
not that great.
I respect Abomination, okay? I've tried to build around
Yo,
Abomination many
Abomination's
times.
cool. He's dope.
Yeah.
I love him. Looks like we're switching to Aegis. That's how you say that, by the way, Aegis.
I
but-
mean, depending.
Not depending.
All right.
Not depending. I think on the headcanon of one video game series. It's
In
not.
Latin, A and E together is pronounced I. Okay. So, just saying.
Is
roots of
Shadowverse a
words,
Latin game?
I mean, it's a Latin word.
Right.
So, anyway, I'm right. You're wrong. Let's move on. Okay. So.
Okay. All right. No.
I think that Aegis has an okay time against PDK as long as it can dodge Fortes. I think Forte is still as good against Haven as it's always been.
Yeah, of course, obviously. I mean, I think realistically this matchup still just comes down to if Dragon ramps fast enough, then it's over. If Haven manages to get out the Aegis, then it's over.
Mm-hmm.
As long as there's a board Bahamut can save you from, I don't think Haven has a chance. But, you know.
It's
It's
funny
looking
too
pretty good.
because
I mean,
it used to be that this would be the deck that you played against Dragon, but that of course was not storm-oriented
Right.
Dragon. It was just late game Saw
used
Quill
to, we were
business
like, oh,
Dragon.
man, Aegis, and it's so good against Dragon. This is like counter pick for it, right? Yeah,
Right.
we would see for it even, but not
But now
anymore.
that everyone's packing at least an Erd with Fortes, they have Staircase to Paradise to really pump out, drawing into those late game with the Scythers. I mean, that's been the play that we've seen more often than anything else this tournament across the entire span, is just Forte with Scyther doing tons of work. Just an incredible amount of damage.
An Akamarured passing turn, I like that a lot. There's really no value from summoning your followers here. You don't want to get anything done. Maybe summoning one thing, because maybe Staircase gets popped, but realistically it's not. Not in a tournament. Maybe a ladder game it might. In tournament's not going to get, so.
One card I didn't look for is Meow playing Dark John in his deck.
He is playing DJ.
Let's take a look. How many? Is he playing just a standard 2?
He's playing 2, I think, yeah.
Because that is one way to actually beat Dragon before they can get going, is to just slap down a Dark John and get there. And he is playing one Taurus.
DJ him down. That's true. Yep. Snow White kind of a bad card with DJ though. She doesn't survive it ever anymore, unfortunately.
Sure. That is true. But it's always been one of those ways where you're just like, okay, they didn't deal with my board presence because I'm Haven, and they think that it's not scary. And then you play DJ, and then you just win the game on the spot, pretty much.
She does add quite the power buff to the board. It's an interesting turn for Akamarured. He could urge something evolve over the doggo, gets rid of some stats, but on 5 it's not that big of a deal. I don't think he has to care about that. I think he's considering the Draconic Fervor here.
Yeah, I think so too. I think right now he's just managing, what is my hand size going to be when that Staircase pops? How do I actually want to lay out my threats? Got to get past that dog at some point. And if he's thinking Breath of the Salamander, he's got to use up this turn to ramp and next turn to clear, basically becoming actual just regular ramp dragon.
Okay, so I mean, that's what you said right there. He was considering that. Draconic Fervor's a +1, so he's at 6 now, drawing 4 the turn after Staircase pops. So he has a little bit of time since he didn't play any followers.
Next turn will probably be just Breath of the Salamander plus Blazing Breath to clear up as much of the board as possible.
Probably, yeah. Blazing Breath was an exceptional draw there, realistically.
Yeah. What's funny too is if there wasn't like a huge board clear this turn, then Dark John off the top could realistically just end the game. So. And it's all the chance. I mean, there's a
right there plays around
now.
Breath pretty well.
Yeah, this board does play around Breath really well. Even both of the Breaths. I mean, you have to choose a target to kill.
So Scyther might actually be no. Scyther.
This is rough. I honestly don't know. You could also Erd the puppy down to a 2/2. And then I don't know. That
I think
Claire
Erd's too much damage. Erd's too much damage for you now in this deck, so in this matchup.
This is a tough turn for Akamarured, honestly. There's not really a good option here. I mean, honestly, you want to get rid of the Cleric Lancer, but it's not going to do much damage on the Crackback, so you don't care about dealing with that one immediately.
The problem with Breath of Salamander, too, is that you don't kill anything except for the 4/6, and you also just make Snow White stronger, so...
Right. And I'm pretty sure Akamarured knows about Dark John. Yeah, I mean, that is not lost upon him.
Destiny calls.
Okay. Goes for the Erd, resets the dog. Okay.
I like it. Going full defensive this turn. Basically cutting off any early avenue for Meow to win, especially with Staircase popping. I like this play a lot.
Okay, this is good. Doesn't kill the Angel of the Word, though. That's odd.
That is a little odd. I think he didn't want to give free value to the Snow White, but the Snow White's going to get free value anyway, just trading fully into it if Meow wants it. And allowing the 4/4 to stay in play for more damage. Honestly, if I'm Meow, I'm the aggro player now. I'm just gonna keep jamming followers.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Meow has to go aggro here. You could just throw Snow White into Erd. Like Erd can just die to this, right? You got Doggo again. You've got Beast Call, but maybe Angel of the Word. This is
I think Angel of the Word, 100%. Yeah, Doggo plus Angel of the Word, Snow White clear, and then you have the Evo point saved for next turn. You can even pre-Evo if you want to, like you did last turn. And then you have removal for any ward that Akamarured might have.
Doggo Arya doesn't choose to play the Angel of the Word. I kind of like that, actually, a little bit. You know, Arya's, if you never get advantage off of it, you know, it's kind of safe to play now. You kind of have to get it down to get advantage, so.
Well, against Dragon, one of the things I like to do with late game Beast Call Arias is save it for right before they hit turn 10 to really deny Bahamut for the longest
that's
possible
Sybil.
time.
Oh, no, that's Sybil. I feel you, though. I do agree. That's actually a pretty good use of it as well. But that Sybil is huge.
Yes. Life gain. I mean, with how Meow's been drawing this aggressive game plan without any I guess, in sight yet, if this aggro plan gets destroyed, then he's got not a lot to fall back on. He does have the Evo point with the top deck, I guess, at some point, but that might be too late with the kind of damage that we see in Akamarured's hand.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna feel really awkward to Blazing Breath and Breath of Salamander, the 4/4, just to kill it. Oh, gosh.
Yep.
Ugh.
He's got the cards to waste, though. I say waste, but, you know, use effectively.
Use. Yeah, realistically. He's got the card advantage here, so.
Okay, and now it's just up to
Scripture
Meow's
not
top
useful.
decks. He's just got to get lucky at this point. I think with that Sybil drawn, it didn't even matter if the Angel of the Word was the play over the Beast Call Aria the previous turn. There's too much life gain.
Right. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Youchie.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
This is getting that chip damage.
That's right. And this is one of those cards that forces something like a Themis, so it kind of negates the play points from Meow. I kind of would have liked to see Zeus on turn 8, like next turn, just so it could have denied a possible Aegis. Or actually, no, that doesn't even work. Never mind. Akamarured's way better.
It just evolves into a 10/10.
Yeah, that's way better. Forte to do it next turn, yeah.
Learning Shadowverse deck, so math is hard.
You know what? Okay, MB. We're gonna have to make up and be friends at some point, okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Some point. Eventually. Maybe. Oh, Scyther adding to the Forte. Uh-oh.
Like we said, one of the most potent damage plays. I don't see any reason not to play it.
There goes Rael instead. Alright. I mean, he might have Cleric Lancer, right? Realistically, he might have Cleric
That's
Lancer.
fair. You're right. Cleric Lancer. That is the reason. Ooh.
Temple Defender.
Temple Defender. Okay. That's something. If I'm Meow right now, honestly, the only thing I'm thinking is, why did I bring PTP Rune?
If I'm Meow right now, I'm asking why I brought that plus Havencraft.
Right. And not a Tempo Haven like we've seen the winning Haven list do, but Aegis.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, Temple Defender is like a must play this turn, so yeah, along with it. Okay. Clear the Ayala.
I've got to take a break.
Do you Evo here to also trade with the 1/2? I would. I'm so scared right now.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm Meow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do.
I'm so scared if I'm him.
I think you probably evolve the Angel of the Word. You could evolve the Temple Defender. Technically, you know, because it takes 1 extra, it doesn't actually lose a health on the Ivory Dragon. Still takes 4 to die with 3 health. Oh, okay, never mind.
And a Staircase strong. So yeah, the Scyther is the only thing that can immediately take out the Temple Defender. Couple that with a Forte, get 5 damage to the face. You're staring back 8 in play though, but of course, I mean that still opens up Dark John for a win, so you've got to be thinking about that now as well if you're Akamarured.
Mm-hmm.
That ever-present thing that could just win the game. Or a Taurus. There is 1 Taurus left in the deck for Meow as well.
This is a very interesting turn. Very, very interesting. I mean, realistically, there's still an evolve on the outside, so you can't ignore everything here.
No, you can't. I think the 2 cards that specifically you have to account for Taurus. If you account for Taurus, you actually have to clear the full board. I don't think that's actually possible. Let's see. He's got
you can't
3,
account for
6.
Taurus. This is actually this interesting situation for Havencraft.
Yeah.
They're in an advantageous situation actually at the moment. Even if we see, wow, this Temple Defender is actually so important.
Yep, it stops the Scyther from face damage or from clearing a bigger follower. More power.
It's mealtime.
Okay. Okay. I think I see Fire Lizard Scyther.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Leaves the
okay.
4/4 in
like
play
this.
though.
There's still a 4/4, which can evolve into a 6/6. What else can you do, right?
Right.
Whoa! Oh, he timed out. Oh, Dennis. This is tough.
If I'm
This is tough.
Meow,
That's the-
oh my
that's
goodness,
the
look at him.
first
You
time
can
I've
see
seen
him blowing
Akamaru
his
time
mouth
out.
too. He's just like, where's my draw? Come on.
That's the first time
got-
I've seen Akamaru time out. That's insane.
Yep.
Meow
He
draws
could've
4
eked
cards.
out that
next turn.
staircase
He does draw
before
4
he made his trade as well to get more advantage off of that, but maybe he just wants to pop it straight up. I'm
I
not sure on that
realistically
one.
think Tiger Themis is a play here.
Yep, I
That's
might
6
even
games,
Evo.
okay. You can't.
Probably not.
No. No, you don't Evo. There's no point in evolving.
But yeah, I think this is a great turn, actually. I think this is an easy attack Themis, play down Beast Call Arya.
Right.
Of course, we know that Akamarured and Meow knows that there aren't any Bahamut's to play around, but getting that out there at least means that there can be lethal setting up at some point, which is exactly how this
And adding
game's
to
been
that, there's
playing
no
out.
Garudas that are in. It's like if Meow actually had Garuda, with Jim drawing 4 cards next, or drawing 3 cards next turn. Sorry, he's if he had Garudas, then I would say maybe evolve, but no, definitely not. Never mind. Okay, he disagrees completely. All right, put him at 3. I don't know how you finish off 3. Oh, he's not gonna Themis. Oh, he's not gonna Themis.
This leaves 4
Meow.
in play, with Forte is 9.
Didn't even play Beast Call Arya.
Oh my gosh. Now there's not enough there's not enough room to actually get a Scyther in play now, even if he wants the Ivory Dragon to draw it. Meow basically opening himself up to a Scyther Forte play.
There definitely is. He can throw the 1/1 into the Tiger, by the way.
Right, but then he loses the damage to face.
The Scyther's a +1 on that, though. It would be 7 + 3. Oh, it's not lethal. If he played a Scyther next to this Forte, by throwing in the 1/1, it would be
Oh, that's
3 on
right,
the
that's
left,
exactly 10.
7 on the right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good
So he
punch,
has
yeah.
to kill the Tiger now. Oh my god, this game. When this
Yeah,
gets
this
so
doesn't
intense.
this doesn't mean that Meow's won yet by any means either.
Definitely not.
Can't keep relying on you, Dragon.
Because now Themis is even more potent. Because Akamaru didn't commit to a staircase. But he's
Right.
drawing 3 cards now, so...
Taurus the Great. Oh.
Aegis. Temple Defender. Ether
Oh,
pulls
but he
Aegis.
drew the Aegis and has the Aether. That will pull the Taurus, and that's at. Wow,
Oh,
what a
because
game.
there's only 1 Aegis. Exactly. Yeah, nice. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Akamaru drops the
wow.
game. Woo!
Wow.
You
All right,
realize that
PTP Rune.
You realize if Akamaru hadn't timed out and missed the 1 damage on the Ivory Dragon earlier, he would have had lethal that turn.
Oh, did he actually miss an attack? I didn't see that part.
He missed an Ivory Dragon attack a few turns ago when he spent a long time
Ooh.
thinking. I mentioned that. I said this is the first time I've ever seen Akamaru time out.
No, the timeout I knew happened. I didn't realize he missed an attack on that turn as well.
He missed an Ivory Dragon, yeah.
Wow. Tense game. I think Akamarured's feeling it for the first time in a long time. I like this.
For the first time, yeah.
Time to shine.
Oh my gosh.
We don't see any finger
But
guns
now,
this
I mean,
game.
PTP, let's be realistic. PTP Rune,
No, that's what I'm saying. But, you know, Meow played a very great game with his Haven deck last game. That was very, very fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Now it's time to see if Stella can live up to all of the hype? Question mark?
Is there hype around Stella?
That's right. I want to see Stella into Abomination. I just want to see it.
Your little one. It's meal
We haven't seen Abomination drawn the whole time, I don't think.
I know. Abomination, for those of you who haven't played with the card, is absolutely at its best when you can actually cast it on turn 3. Goes down in value for quite a bit every turn after that. A lot easier to deal with, but on turn 3 it is a monster.
It's a 3 play point 6/6 that can't attack unless you evolve it, and if you have a handful of 9 at the beginning of your turn, it will evolve on its own and hit the opponent's board for 3, I do believe. 2 or 3? Is it 3?
3.
3. Cool.
Trace
It's got a nice
Dama.
Nifl Golem laser effect.
It's also really nice, like, not often seen, but a 3 play point 6/6 that doesn't evolve for any extra stats is still better than most cards for its cost. It can deal with very large followers for very minimal cost.
Mm-hmm. True that, true that.
I honestly feel on the turn that Akamarured timed out, beyond just the attack, he could have gotten the staircase out, and I believe it would have popped before the end of that game. With how
He
it
had a
played with
staircase in his hand the
7/6.
whole. Yeah, there's
I
a
know.
long staircase hold there. Yeah.
Dear little one, it's mealtime.
Sorry, just railing about that last game. That was a good one.
It was a good game, yeah, for sure. This is such a bad hand from Meow. He needs Earth Sigils, but he can't draw them. He needs card draw, but he can't draw it.
And Akamarured is about to push very far ahead with these Sybils and Fervors.
Mm-hmm. Double Carl. Oh gosh.
One thing I want to make mention of Akamarured's play, we've seen it for more than just today, but if you look at the approach he takes to the game, he doesn't allow his opponents ever to get valuable trades if he can help it. Even something like that, just that 1 damage on the Pure-Hearted Singer so that it dies on its attack instead of sticking around for an extra turn. Very
I mean,
key
I
things
think
to take
honestly
note.
that's just clever play. I think in Shadowverse, it's a very tempo-based game. Unless you're playing D-Shift or something, which I don't think we've ever seen Akamarured actually play. So I think it's very easy to naturally have that play style.
He's actually brought it most weeks. I think it's getting banned out most of the time.
It gets banned every time? Yeah, okay.
I think so.
I can see that. Yeah. I imagine a Dwarf Alchemist Evolve is not the worst play this turn, now that you've already committed to the Magic Illusionist.
Yep, and it does give you time to draw into a Master Mage Levi if that's what you're looking for.
Stella.
Looks like he's going for Stella, though.
Okay.
You ready for the
Alright.
good stuff?
Figure out my tricks yet?
I think I would have liked to see an evolve on Stella instead, again, for the thing that we talked about, just not allowing for easy trades,
Ooh,
but this
drop
will allow
that.
for easy trade.
One of the other more useful,
My dad.
totally useful cards from Stella.
Totally useful,
2 play
yeah.
point 2/2 with a very useful evolve effect.
Forge yourself.
Yeah, Stella dying to Fire Lizards is not a good
At the
feeling,
dance's
but
end.
she was gonna die no matter what, so.
You figured it
Yeah. And I think we saw it on Meow's face too. I don't think he wanted to evolve that target. As soon as he did it, he's just probably like, nah, not that one.
out. Magic is safe.
I think he's just honestly saying that about his hand at the moment. His hand is just terrible at the moment.
It's great mid range. I mean, he does have a Professor of Taboos hiding in there. It's just not
A
completely
Dwarf
dead.
Alchemist Evo, here we go. Now we're gonna see a Dwarf Alch Evo. I like it. Dwarf Alch, if it evolves, is actually a +1 on your hand because it also put the Earth Sigil in there, so that's basically his entire deck. It's +1's dot deck. That's what he's doing.
Ends.
That's right. Still not able to draw any abominations at any stage of the game, though. Now, the
Akamarured
question
could
is
commit
here,
to
do
another
you play
Sybils
Ivory
ramp,
Dragon
yeah.
or do you not? Oh, he doesn't even opt for any of that.
I like ramping, honestly. Just ramp up to Zeus. What are they gonna do? Like, Petrification's not in his deck. What is he gonna do to it?
Are you defying
That's
Taboos,
fair.
I guess. But
That's fair. Next turn, you have the option to Scyther plus Fervor. Every time I see Meow draw a card, I'm just like, all right, what's next? And then it's like Red Hot Ritual. And then I'm like, ugh.
like, yeah.
Why?
Ugh.
Why though? Why?
I forgot what we were playing for a second. Yeah.
So I still think Professor of Taboos is at its best this turn, mostly because it's right before turn 10. If there was, I guess, again, no Bahamut's doesn't really matter that way, but clearing it off without using an Evo point is very important, I feel like. Save
Right
Evo
before
for maybe
turn 10. This is
possible
turn
card draw in the
6.
future.
He's playing that on curve, my dude.
Oh.
So he does have and also Akamarured is only on a 9 next turn anyway, so he doesn't have 10 anyway. But
Right.
Zeus is a consideration.
This is tough. Yeah,
Without
I really
Taboos,
don't
you
see
can't
any
use
other. I mean, like he could Stella plus like Carl, but that doesn't really do anything.
Another great thing about Stella is that the cards she gives you on average can't kill 5 attack followers. Abomination could have. Ooh.
Opts for more card draw, and we'll have Abomination. Does he have the ability to pop it next turn as well?
You have to +1 himself. I don't think he can with that current hand, no.
No, I think he's out of +1s.
Yeah.
So now I feel like it's just Akamarured just going to start slip sliding with all these Storm followers. It's going to be hard for Meow to keep up.
I imagine Akamarured just goes face. Yeah, Forte. Probably gonna also Scyther. Just go go face for 11. Just get in there. Yep.
Trades.
Meow. Oh, shaking his head. He knows. Dragon. No, dragon. They're too powerful.
All right. And it's important to notice that he evolved the Sybil over the Forte simply to play around Calamitous Curse.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, he's in a rough spot now. Because he had to overdraw, so there was no way to actually get a +1 into his hand for the Abomination turn, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. My favorite part of Abomination Awakened is that even if you manage to get the ridiculous, evolve off of it, it doesn't even kill the Sybil here. The 3 damage is actually not that great. Taboo's coming down before Zeus. Oh, gosh. Oh, no.
Oh, and that's just a sack right there. Didn't Evo to get the full clear. Or no, he couldn't have. Never mind. He had to pray for it anyway.
None of his followers have enough stats to do anything.
That's right. So Akamarured gonna pull this away with a Zeus. Finger guns are back. That's what we like to see.
So troll.
Akamarured wins against Meow 2-1 in what was an incredible Havencraft game where Meow took the win, but just couldn't make it happen with the neutral, or rather with the rune deck. Those were some very, very interesting games to me, right? And we talked about kind of these two players coming into the match and what would happen at the end of it. So it looks like Akamarured will still maintain his overall winning record